Today I will tell you about the excretion in human. But before to tell you about the excretion in human, I would like to recall the definition of excretion once again. Excretion is one of the life process in living organism by which living organism are able to remove nitrogenous waste or metabolic waste produced during metabolism out of their body. Organ involved in excretion are called excretory organ. There are two types of excretory organ in our body. Kidney is our primary excretory organ, whereas skin, lung, liver and intestine are our secondary excretory organ. In our body, there is a excretory system for the function of excretion, which is called human excretory system. Because we are human, na? So excretory system of our body will be human excretory system. Human excretory system is made up of two kidney, two ureter, one urinary bladder and one urethra. Our kidney is located within our abdominal cavity. Our kidney is flat bean shaped. Our kidney is covered by a tough fibrous connective tissue which is named as renal capsule. On the concave median margin of kidney, there is a longitudinal opening which act as entry gate for the renal artery and nerves and exit gate for the renal vein and ureter. This renal hilum opens interiorly into a large extensive flat funnel shaped structure which is called renal pelvis, and this renal pelvis opens into a large network of tubular structure called major calyx, and this major calyx opens into a small network of tubular structure called minor calyx, which is the sub branch of major calyx actually. And minor calyx opens into conical pyramid shaped masses which is named as renal pyramid or medullary pyramid. Within renal pyramid, the functional unit of kidney, which is called nephron, is arranged in a radiating fashion. Kidney tissue in the kidney is arranged into two functional layers, where outer functional layer of kidney tissue is named renal cortex and inner functional layer of kidney tissue is named renal medulla. Nephron is an excretory tubule. Nephron is the structural and functional unit of nephron. Nephron is an intricate epithelial tube. Now know about the nephron structure. Nephron is an intricate epithelial tube. One end of nephron is closed and the other end of nephron is opened. The closed end of nephron is expanded and inwardly curved, forming double wall cup-shaped structure called Bowman capsule. Within Bowman capsule, there is a tuft of capillaries called glomerulus. One end of this glomerulus is connected to afferent arteriole and the other end of glomerulus is connected to efferent arteriole. Afferent arteriole brings impure blood for purification and efferent arteriole take away pure blood from the glomerulus. Glomerulus and its surrounding Bowman capsule, togetherly called renal corpuscle or Malpighian corpuscle. Renal corpuscle or Malpighian corpuscle is actually the site of glomerular filtration, which is the first step in the formation of urine. From the end of Bowman capsule, there is a highly coiled tubule which is called proximal convoluted tubule, PCT in short. And from the end of PCT, there is a hairpin-like structure which is called loop of Henle or Henle's loop. From the end of Henle's loop, there is another highly coiled structure called DCT, meaning distal convoluted tubule. And this distal convoluted tubule opens into a straight tubule which is named collecting duct. Collecting duct receives filtrate from more than one nephron. From more than one nephron. Here, PCT apical membrane having numerous microvilli and numerous mitochondria is present. DCT apical membrane having fewer, FEWER, fewer microvilli and fewer mitochondria. Apical membrane of the loop of Henle having also fewer microvilli and fewer mitochondria. Closed end of nephron is called its proximal end and open end of nephron is called its distal end. Isn't it? Step of urine formation. There are 3 steps involved in the formation of urine. First, glomerular filtration. Second, tubular reabsorption. And third, tubular secretion. What is glomerular filtration? Glomerular filtration is a non-selective process which occurs at the level of glomerulus. In glomerular filtration, along with non-essential components, essential components of the blood also leak out from glomerulus into the lumen of Bowman capsule and becomes filtrate. Tubular reabsorption. Tubular reabsorption is a selective process. In tubular reabsorption, essential substance which are needed by our body comes out from filtrate present within the lumen of nephron into the interstitial fluid across the epithelium of nephron tubule. These essential substances are like sugar, vitamins, organic nutrients, salt, water, bicarbonate ion, and sodium ion. PCT, DCT, Henle's loop, and collecting duct are the four structures of nephron involved in tubular reabsorption. Third step of urine formation is tubular secretion. What is tubular secretion? Tubular secretion is also a selective process. In tubular secretion, non-essential substance like potassium ion, H plus ion, excess urea, drugs, and other toxic substance comes into the lumen of nephron and becomes a part of filtrate from the interstitial fluid across the epithelium of nephron. In tubular secretion, PCT and DCT are mainly involved. PCT part of the nephron is mainly involved in the reabsorption of nutrients like sugar, amino acid, vitamins, and other. Two-thirds of water and salt are reabsorbed through PCT. 90% of the bicarbonate ion are reabsorbed through PCT. PCT plays very important role in the maintenance of pH of our blood. Now, Henle's loop having two limbs, one descending limb and other one ascending limb. Four-fifth part of the descending limb is thick. Descending limb of the Henle's loop is permeable to water but impermeable to salt. On the other hand, ascending limb of the loop of Henle is permeable to salt but impermeable to water. DCT also reabsorbs most of the water and salt and secrete potassium ion, H plus ion. DCT also plays very important role in the maintenance of pH of our blood by the reabsorption of bicarbonate ion and secretion of H plus ion. The top segment of the collecting duct is permeable to water and impermeable to salt. Bottom portion of the collecting duct is permeable to urea. Now let us know what is dialysis. Dialysis or hemodialysis. Hemo means blood. Dialysis means hemodialysis. Hemo means blood. Dialysis or hemodialysis is the process by which blood is purified with the help of artificial kidney in the person whose kidney is either not functioning properly or failed to function. The person whose kidney not performs well or fail to perform excretory function, in that person blood, the level of urea become too much, and that person suffers from a medical condition which is named as uremia. Uremia means increase in blood urea level. This situation only happens in those person whose kidney not function either properly or whose kidney fail to function. In such person, in order to remove waste, nitrogenous waste or metabolic waste out of the blood, artificial kidney is used, and then blood is purified. And the process which involves in the purification of impure blood by using artificial kidney is dialysis or hemodialysis. Here what happens in this process? Blood is taken from the artery of such patient, and then blood is cooled to 0 degrees C, and then after heparin chemical, which is actually anti-blood coagulant, is added to the blood, and then blood is allowed to pass into the artificial kidney. In artificial kidney there is many tubules through which blood have to pass, and these tubules are made up of cellophane membrane which is permeable to small molecules and impermeable to large molecules. And this cellophane membrane made tubules by which artificial kidney is made is immersed in a solvent or solution which contains all the essential substance required by that patient to maintain their normal status. But and this solution always remains free from nitrogenous waste. So the solution in which these tubules of the artificial kidney has been immersed or suspended is called dialysate or dialyzing fluid. Dialyzing fluid contains essential substance, and it is free from nitrogenous waste. It is rich in sugar. So what happens when blood is taken from artery, cooled to 0 degrees C, and then have blood coagulant heparin is added to it, then the blood is allowed to enter into the artificial kidney. Then in artificial kidney blood passes through many tubules, and finally it comes out from the tubule, comes out from the artificial kidney, and then blood is warmed to body temperature, and then again anti-heparin chemical is added so that blood will regain the coagulant nature, and then blood is returned to the vein of such person. Today I have completed the fourth unit of life process, that is excretion. Now life process topic has been completed, isn't it? In the next lecture video I will start teaching you control and coordination. Thanks.